In this video, we will learn about the tax module of Pabbly subscription billing. So generally charging your customer with tax amount is often very tiresome for any billing system because the tax type vary from country to country. But with Pabbly subscription billing, setting up the tax module is very easy and can be done in few easy clicks. Not only it allows you to set up tax modules according to countries, but also you can bring variations and modifications according to the states or provinces in that country. Furthermore, you can record the tax ID of the customer and even give tax reversals on the basis of customer's eligibility. Okay, so the process is actually very easy. First of all, scroll down and here you will find the option called as settings in the left side. Click on settings. Okay, then click on tax. So as you can see, I don't have any tax system or tax module at present. So just click on add tax. Okay, so our dialog box appears in front of you. It is giving me two blanks, add tax label and add tax name. So first I'm going to enter a tax label. So my tax label is VAT. Okay, so the tax name, let's make it as a value added tax. Value added tax. Okay, then click on submit. So as you can see, a tax label called as VAT has been added and the tax name is value added tax. Okay, excellent. Now we are going to frame tax rules for this tax label. It's actually pretty easy. Now to frame the tax rules, it will be according to the respective countries. Let me show you. So just click on this button, add tax rules. Okay, so as you can see, we have a drop down. In the drop down, you can select a country. For example, I'm going to select, let's say, Australia. Allow Australia. That is why I'm going to select the country as Australia. We are going to frame the tax rules for Australia. Now in the select state, now Australia obviously have many states. Now each states have different tax rules, different VATs. So we are going to build tax rules according to states also. So let us select a state, for example, Queensland. Let's make the tax here as 12%. Now there is something you should know. You don't need to add the percentage symbol. Okay, so as you can see, I haven't added the percentage symbol as the percentage symbol gets added automatically. Okay, so now comes the but, record tax ID and apply reverse charge. So what are those things? So basically we will deal with them later. Okay, so how about we add tax rules for not just Queensland but also for another state. Let's say we add the tax rule for Victoria. Okay, so here the VAT is 13%, or let's make it as 10%. Okay, so basically we have added tax rules for the state of Queensland as well as the state of Victoria. So just click on save. Okay, so now your obvious question is, where can I see the tax? Well, the tax works on the basis of country and states. So the tax is applied on the checkout page only when the customer selects the respective country and the states. So the customer selects, for example, Australia as country and Queensland as state. He will get the respective tax amount that we had framed for it. However, in case the customer selects the country, let's say India, the checkout page won't show any tax as we didn't frame any tax rules for India. We had only framed the tax rules for the states of Queensland and Victoria for the country Australia. Let me show you with a live example. So scroll up and let's go to this part called as products. Okay, so these are all the products I have and this is the checkout page associated with this product and this is the plan. Okay, so let me open this. Okay, so imagine this. Okay, a dummy customer, that is basically me, is exploring this checkout page and he sees the country, let's make it as Argentina. Okay, and the state, some random state, Mendoza. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce that. Mendoza. So the country is Argentina and the state is Mendoza. So as you can see, it is not showing any kind of tax amount because we didn't frame any kind of tax rules for the country Argentina or the state Mendoza. How about we select the country as Australia? Okay, now change the country as Victoria. So as you can see, the value added tax of 10% appears here. Okay, that is $10 and this is the total amount. Okay, this is the total amount with the value added tax. Similarly, how about we change the state as New South Wales? So the tax amount disappears because we didn't frame any tax rules for New South Wales. How about we make it as Queensland? Okay, so the value added tax at present is 12%. Excellent. So basically that is what I'm trying to show you. If you had to frame tax rules for a particular country and a particular state, only then if the customer selects that particular country and that particular state, the tax rules will appear. Also, there is something else you should know. The tax rules you added will work the same for all products and plans. So as you can see, I have different products, 6 products, okay. And in all the 6 products, if the customer selects the country as Australia and the state as Queensland, this value added tax of 12% will appear. So how about we work on this checkout page as a dummy customer? So I'm going to fill in the details. So the name of the person is, the customer is Martin. The last name is, let's say it's Luther. And this is the email address of Martin Luther. Okay. Manuel 1991 @gmail.com. Okay. And the Martin doesn't work in a particular company. So let's ignore this. The street is Yellow Street. And the city is Usman Nagar, Usman Town. Okay. The zip code is 75001. That would do. Okay, so how about we go with the text card? Then just click on success. Then click on checkout. Okay, so it is showing a purchase has been made by this person, Martin Luther, and the email address is Aaron Manuel 1991. Okay, excellent. So how about we look at the subscription? Okay, so this is the recently occurred transaction or the subscription that has been made. And as you may remember, the email address of the customer, the dummy customer, is aaronmanuel1991 @gmail.com. So let's have a look. Okay, so as you can see in the value added tax, it is showing 12%. Okay, so the tax amount has been added. Similarly, let's have a look at the invoice. So here you can actually see the name of the customer, that is Martin Luther, and this is the email, of course, and this is the total amount that has been added. So let's have a look here again. Okay, so scroll down and in the invoice amount it is showing 112, and here it is also showing the value added tax of 12%. Excellent. So how about we look into the email notification that the customer receives? So to go to the email notification, so this is the email address of the customer. So this is the recently email that we have received, and as you can see in the fees setup, okay, here you will find the value added tax of 12%. Okay, so as you can see, this is the total. So the customer also receives the notification that he has been charged with a particular tax. Excellent. So let's go to the next part. Okay, so let's go to settings again. Let's go to tax, and we are going to add another tax rule. So just click on here, and this time we are going to involve the record tax ID. Okay, so how about we choose a different country this time? So which one is your favorite? How about China? Okay, let's go with China. Okay, now select your state. How about we make it as Hebei? Okay, so in Hebei they have a VAT of 12%, or let's make it as 10%. Now this time we are going to click on record tax ID. Okay, so your obvious question is, what is a record tax ID? So basically the tax ID is a unique ID given to every taxpayer of a country. This number is known by a different name. In different countries, like in the USA, it is known as the TIN, or the tax identification number. TIN. Okay. In India, it is known as the GST number. In the UK, it is known as the unique taxpayer reference. So we actually want a person from Hebei to record his tax ID. How about we add another state? So let's go with Hong Kong, and the VAT here is 15%, significantly higher. Okay, so this time we are not going to record, we are not going to add any field for Hong Kong. Okay, it's only for Hebei. You will understand in a minute, don't worry. Okay, so just click on save. Okay, so we have added tax rules for China and for the provinces Hong Kong and Hebei. So let's have a look in the products once more in the checkout page. Okay, so this is the checkout page. Okay, so scroll down and let's make the country as China. Okay, China it is. Now the state is Hebei. Okay, Hebei. Okay, so when we click on Hebei, we obviously have the value added tax of 10% because we had framed the rule. But the interesting thing that I actually want to show you is that let's scroll down. Okay, and here you will find a blank called as the enter tax ID. Okay, so how about we remove the state of Hebei and let's make it as Hong Kong. Obviously, we have a value added tax of 15%, but scroll down, but this time we won't find any record tax ID blank. Okay, so how about we add it again as Hebei, and this time let's enter the details: Tiger Woods. Okay, and the email address is gmanuel27 string. Company name not important, so Manju House, Pink City. Okay, the zip code 56001 56002. Okay, so test card, the let's make it as success, and now comes the enter tax ID. So we are going to enter, or the customer is going to enter his tax identification number, okay, or the GST number. So this is, imagine this, that this is his GST number. Okay, so all the details has been entered, the customer has filled all the details. Okay, so we are just ready to click on checkout now. Okay, so another purchase has been made, but this time by Tiger Woods. So let's have a look in the invoice or the subscription. Obviously, the subscription will show the details that has recently happened. This is the email, and these are the subscription amount, and this is the value of added tax. Okay, this is the total subscription amount. Excellent. And the interesting thing that I actually want to show you is in the invoice. So scroll down, and here you will find the tax ID. Okay, so this is our tax ID. Okay, so how about we add another kind of tax rule? This time it involves the reverse charge. So let's again go back to settings, go back to tax, and we are going to frame another tax rule. Just click here. Okay, so we are going to select a city, we are going to select a country. How about Germany? Okay, now in the state, how about we select it as Hamburg? Okay, so the VAT here is 10%. This time we are going to apply reverse charge. So basically this means that the person from Hamburg does not need to pay the VAT. Okay, so the reverse charge is applicable on the VAT. So basically this means that if a customer is from Germany, from a particular state called as Hamburg, he does not have to pay the VAT of 10% because there is a reverse charge on VAT. To make you understand this, let's add one more state. This time let's make it as Berlin. Okay, and the VAT here is 9%, and this time we are not going to apply reverse charge. So basically this means that if a person is from Germany and from the state Berlin, he has to pay a VAT of 9%. However, if a person is from Germany and from the state Hamburg, there is a reverse charge on the VAT of 10%. Okay, so just click on save, and let's have a look in the products, and let's go to the checkout page. Okay, scroll down, and let's make the country as Germany. Okay, now in the state, let's make it as Berlin first. So as you can see, a value added tax of 9% is applicable. Okay, how about we change it to Hamburg? Okay, so the VAT amount disappears. Okay, excellent. So how about we fill in the details? The name is Siren, and the last name is Siren John, and the email is siren123@gmail.com, and the street is Goods Villa. The city is Upper City, something random that's coming to my head. 23001. Test card. Okay, let's make it as success. Okay, so basically all the details has been filled. The country is Germany, the state of Hamburg, where the reverse charge is applicable. Just click on checkout. Okay, so purchase has been made. So let's have a look in the invoice. Okay, so this is the invoice. This is the recently occurred transaction, and this is the invoice. Scroll down, and as you can see, the tax amount is not showing because the reverse charge has been applied. Now we will be looking at the fourth kind of tax rule. So basically this is the last rule, and this involves both the tax ID and the reverse charge. Okay, so this kind of tax rule is actually quite important for you as a merchant, because there are some countries where a customer just have to enter the tax ID in the checkout page and the tax amount vanishes. So let me show you. So let's go to settings, tax ID, add tax rule. Let's make the country as Cyprus. We are going to add a state as Larnaca. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce that. And the VAT is 10%. And this time we are going to click on record tax ID, and click on apply reverse charge on VAT. Okay, so basically this means that if a customer is from Cyprus, and particularly from the state of Larnaca, the VAT amount of 10% will be applicable to him. But once he records his tax ID, basically when he enters his tax ID in the checkout page, the reverse charge will be applied. So basically he doesn't have to pay the VAT amount of 10% when he records the tax ID. Okay, so just click on save. Okay, then let's go to products, click on checkout, and let's make the country as Cyprus. Okay, Cyprus. Okay, we have entered Cyprus, and the state as Larnaca. Okay, so basically it is showing the value added tax of 10%. Okay, the country is Cyprus, the state is Larnaca, and the VAT amount is 10%, and this is the total. Now how about we enter the tax ID? So this is the tax ID he's going to enter. Okay, so I'm entering a bunch of random characters. So once he enters the tax ID, the VAT amount disappears. Okay, easy. So this was all about the tax module in Pabbly subscription billing. So if you have any doubts and queries, contact us at admin@pabbly.com. Our dedicated team members will help you to sort out your issues. Thanks.